Well, what an honor, quite honestly, to have with us today a man that certainly needs no introduction. And I've had really the joy of meeting on several occasions. Dr. James Dobson's with us today. He heads up Family Talk, and we're here to talk to him about his new program, Building a Family Legacy, which will be taking place a little bit later on this month. Dr. Dobson, what a joy to have you with us. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, doing well, Perry. It's so nice to talk to you and the folks at Dove.
Well, listen, how are you doing from your getting bucked off a horse?
Well, the Lord has been very good to me. I really took a tumble. Actually, I don't know if you know what happened, but I was wearing a $500 cowboy hat that somebody gave to me, and it was white, and the wind blew it off, and I leaned over to catch it, and my foot came out of the stirrup, and I went down upside down on the gun that I was carrying.
Oh, boy.
And so I broke my clavicle and broke my scapula, and I was in the hospital 17 days. So that was really quite an ordeal.
Well, you know, I'm beginning to think, as much as you love the outdoors, you might want to think twice, because I remember your trip down the Rogue River and its experience.
Well, you know what? That's life. I'm not going to give up on life. I enjoy those kind of things, and I'm a hunter, and I've been riding horses since I was 4 years old. So I've never fallen off. I mean, I've never had any kind of problem with a horse. So, Shirley has convinced me not to do that again. But I'll be out there.
I just want you to know that the salmon are running in the Rogue River, and one of our colleagues this morning caught a 20-pounder. So if you get up this way, we'll put some fish in front of you.
I want to tell you that Rogue River is a challenge. My goodness. I did nearly lose it there. That was even more dangerous, I think.
Yeah, that was quite an experience.
You know where the coffee pot is?
Oh, everybody knows where the coffee pot is, yeah. just down the road from us a little ways.
Well, I got dumped right before I got there, so I'm glad to be alive for several reasons.
Yeah, well, we're so delighted for you and your work and your ministry and your passion. You know, back in the 70s, it all started with a film series that you did on the family, and I understand now you feel led to go back and freshen that up, and that's what Family Legacy is about. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a whole new series. It started in 1978, September 15th, as a matter of fact, in San Antonio, Texas, and I filmed 7 events that became the Focus on the Family film series. It was not affiliated with Focus on the Family because that was early on, but that's what it was called. And we had, in the next 12 years, 80 million people saw that series. That was really the beginning of a lot of things that both complicated my life and made it fun.
Wow. Well, you touched a real nerve, and I think that everybody is concerned about their families, even more so, Dr. Dobson. Here we are these many years later, looking at, 30 years later, more than that now, and the concern over the family now is even greater. So what do you want to accomplish with Family Legacy?
Well, this kind of represents the bookend of my professional career. The first film series was seen by 1 out of every 3 Americans across the United States, and it's time now to put a capstone on what we're doing. It's not a re-recording of the same series. It will be updated because of what's going on in the culture right now. And the title of it, as you said, is Building a Family Legacy, and we're excited about it. It's going to be at Jim Garlow's church, Skyline Church in San Diego, and will be over a 2-weekend period of time, the 22nd, 23rd of June, and the 29th and 30th of June, and I hope we have a lot of people out there.
Well, I just can't wait till it's done. Thank you for doing it. I don't know if it's a bookend to your career. I can see why you would say that, but on the other hand, what a tool that we need today, Dr. Dobson. The family, especially in this culture, is really under a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Boy, it is more than ever, and that's really why I left USC School of Medicine in 1977 because I saw this coming. The family was starting to fall apart, and divorce was going through the roof, and of course Roe v. Wade and so many other things were taking place. And I just felt that I ought to do what I could. And so I walked out of that very exciting responsibility in the medical school and opened a little 2-room office and did a film series. And that was 34 years ago.
Wow. Well, here we are 34 years later, and the culture is trying to redefine what a family is. And there's this great push that a family can be made up of any combination of anything. And I know that you've been a strong advocate for the traditional family, but where do you think we are in this battle, Dr. Dobson?
We're in a death struggle. We really are. And I am particularly concerned about redefining the family, because it wasn't our idea. It wasn't man's idea or woman's idea. It was God's idea, going back to the Garden of Eden. And we are about to throw it on the ash heap of history. And I pray that we do not, because we will not recover from that if we do.
Dr. Dobson, and I know this is a big question, but you've been in this battle for so long. Maybe you can help me get my head around a little bit. We're seeing a tremendous influx of people coming back to the Lord and getting involved in church life, which is an incredible positive. And then when the television cameras scan some of these congregations, they're packed to the gills, but it's not translating into a cultural change. How can you help me get my head around this?
Well, that's one of the most disappointing things to me in my life. If it doesn't make a difference, if it doesn't change your behavior, if it doesn't change your relationship with Jesus Christ, then it's sort of for naught. And I am grateful that there are a lot of people coming to Christ, but a lot of kids are not. A lot of kids are walking away. And that's a major concern to me, too, that they have been raised in a Christian home, the Christian church, and then they get into college and they drift. And I'll be talking about that because that is of major concern. Our most important responsibility is to win our kids for Christ.
Amen to that one. Father's Day coming up. What can you say to dads and leaving a legacy for their children?
I could say come out and hear these 8 messages, and they're going to be, some of them aimed at you, and I hope that you will find them applicable to your life, to your own family, to your relationship with your sons and daughters. And it all really comes down to priorities. You know, it is making the commitment to avoid all of the avoid the pace of living and the exhaustion that goes on in today's world. Those kids are going to be grown before you know it, and I think you'll regret it for the rest of your life if you were thinking about something else during that critical time.
Dr. Dobson, how will this series be made available after you film it?
It will be introduced and produced by an organization that is doing the planning on it. I don't have the time to do all that, and somebody's doing it for me, but it will be available everywhere. Of course, on the Internet, it will be available in bookstores. It'll be available to churches. We're going to get it out there, and I think Tyndale House Publishers is going to help with the distribution. But it is going to be a major effort.
All right, let me also say to our viewers and listeners that if you want to attend the Building a Family Legacy conferences, 2 weekends, June 22nd and 23rd, and June 29 and 30, you can go to buildingafamilylegacy.com. Tickets are available. It is down in La Mesa, California, there at Skyline Church, and tickets are first come, first serve. Dr. Dobson.
Yeah, the tickets are free, but you do have to get RSVP'd so you are on the list.
Okay, that's wonderful. Dr. Dobson, how are you looking at this election? Can hold my hand here. Tell me what we should do.
I don't think anybody knows where that's going. And obviously, we've got a lot at stake at this time. I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. But I do know that as Christians, we had better get out and let our voices be heard. To stay home at this critical time would be a huge mistake.
Thank you, Dr. Dobson. Blessings to you and to your family. Thank you for what you're doing through Family Talk. I love the program. We're honored to air it here on the Dove Radio. This is now being heard and seen on the Dove TV, so thank you for your time this morning. And the best to you on this coming up on June 22nd. By the way, that's my wife and myself, our 44 wedding anniversary.
Oh, my. Well, you're youngsters.
Yeah.
We're just celebrating our 52nd.
Well, 44 in a row. I think that's pretty
very
good.
blessed, and I know you are too.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Dobson. Please come back to the Rogue Valley. Don't let coffee pot scare you away. I guarantee you, we'll put you in front of some good salmon if you come up again sometime.
I love it, and Perry, thanks for having me on.